Last time on Slink Wants to Know.
What I also thought would be fun is to like do a reverse tie-dye thing. So I'm gonna start out by doing that first. I don't know if the things that I have are materials that bleach really well. So this was the blue shirt. I think it looks pretty cool. The black shirt, I had hoped it would have taken it a little bit lighter, but I still think it turned out pretty well.
Curious. What's that about? How does that work?
Slink wants to know.
Next, I got 3 white shirts, or I have 3 white shirts, and I have an idea for one of a design I want to do, and then the other 2 I'm just going to kind of wing it. So for this first one, I saw a picture of one online that looked really cool, so I'm going to attempt to fold it that way, and you fold it in half, and then you kind of accordion fold it, I guess it would be. And it's not going to be perfect, and I have no idea how it's going to turn out. It might turn out awful, but that's fine. Because I really don't know what I'm doing, and just going to see what happens. So for that one, they like go like this, I think. And you just kind of keep folding it like this. And I bought 2 white shirts and then I had one. I don't wear white shirts. Sometimes I'll wear it under another shirt or something, but as far as actually wearing a white shirt, it's not my thing. So there's that. But from what I saw, you just kind of accordion fold it. Try to keep those straight. And this is by no means a tutorial. I don't have any idea of what I'm actually doing. I'm pretty sure some of these creases are smaller than the others and that fun stuff, but that's okay. So basically you just accordion fold it up, try to keep it tight, and you put your rubber bands on. This is a thicker shirt, so I hope I'm getting the back while I am doing this as well. I'm not sure I did on this. Well, it looks kind of like it. And I'm sure, you know, it's better if you're more precise, but it's tie-dye. And in my opinion, it kind of looks cool however it ends up. Call that good for the first one here. Set that to the side. Looks like so. And for the next one, I think I'm just gonna try and do like a traditional swirl pattern, I guess. But I don't really like it when it's right in the center. So I'm gonna maybe start down here and go from there. And now you like twist it and make it all go with it. I think the more precise like these folds and stuff are, the better. But I'm me, and whatever happens, happens. I think it's easier to do like neat patterns and stuff on smaller shirts, but it's not what I got right now. There's that one. And then for this one, I'm not quite sure what I want to do. I might do it similar to how I did that black shirt. I folded it like this. wonder if I twist it. It's gonna be a mystery of what happens. So that's like one way and the other way, and I don't like making decisions. So we'll just see what happens. That's one thing. It's like however it turns out, it's however it's gonna turn out. And I think it's kind of cool to take older clothes you have that you might not wear and do something with them. I'm very bad about wearing the same clothes all the time. If you watched a video a while ago, and a few videos back, I actually had Jasmine pick out some clothes for me, and she did really well. And but in general, I'm not super particular about how clothes look as long as they fit well. I don't like the color red, so I don't like wearing red. But other than that, like as long as they fit, that's what's the most important thing to me. But as far as what they look like, if somebody's got a problem with it, that's their problem, not mine. I mean, sure, it's good to look put together, but as far as like style and stuff, I would say I have my own style. Okay, so I've got this one and those two. And the kit that I did get came with a sheet of plastic, which I am going to put down because I really don't want my table to be ruined. So I am going to go ahead and spread that out before I start dyeing things. And I have went ahead and mixed the dyes, the colors that I thought I would like to use. And I have those here. And for this particular shirt, I kind of want it to be purple and black stripes, and then it has a design throughout. So I'm gonna start with that, and there is black, and then here is purple. I'm putting gloves on, so I don't really want tie-dyed hands. I've dyed my hair in the past with some crazy colors, and once you get that on your hands, you've got whatever colored hands for a while. Okay, so what color should I start with first? I think purple, because that'll be in the middle and then it'll go out. So I'm gonna start with purple, and I guess you just take them and start saturating it. And I guess at this point there's not really any turning back. And I got this kit off of Amazon. I think it was like 13 bucks or something. So the kit, these came already with powder in them, and then you just add water and go to town. No idea if it's a good kit. I guess we'll find out. And I kind of want some white throughout, so I'm not super worried about that. Whoops. If it doesn't get completely saturated, it'll give it kind of a cool effect, I assume. Hopefully there's enough dye to do what I'm doing here. Something in the fabric, it kind of looks like it's already like got some lines. I washed it, it said not to wash it with like fabric softener or anything like that, so I just washed it. Didn't add any of that to it, so we'll see what happens. But it does already look like there's some lines. I don't know what that is, but we'll find out. The beanie that I attempted to dye, like I kind of figured it wouldn't take the bleach, and it didn't, so. And I'd actually tried to buy a white beanie, and I knew it needed to be cotton, and I bought one that said it was cotton, and when it came, it's 100% acrylic. And after the kind of the test run with the black one, I knew it probably wouldn't take the dye, so I'm gonna go ahead and skip that. Okay, so there's that one done. I'm gonna set it up there, and then when I get them all done, I'm going to wrap them up and then I'll let them sit, of course, but there's the first one. So I still have 2 pinks, 2 blues, and 2 greens, and a little bit of that black. I do have some other colors. They were like a brown and an orange, and I didn't really want to mess with those too much. So I'm trying to think here. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I guess we'll just roll with it. It's looking a little too patriotic for me, but I'm hoping that once I add some more colors, it'll kind of blend. Alright, so there's that one. Go ahead and... I didn't do the blue, I didn't do the dark blue. Set that there. I might go ahead and mix up the other colors, because I don't know that there's going to be enough here for that shirt. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix up the other ones and I'll be right back. There was even this weird brown color, and the more I think about it, this dye doesn't stay good. So I might just go crazy and just completely saturate it, and it's probably gonna look terrible. But that shirt is the one that I'm least likely to actually wear because of the material that it is. We'll see what happens. But it looks like I've got most of the rainbow situation. So I might just go ahead and go all out with a rainbow and see what happens. I know this is folded kind of weird, so this could get interesting. Which end do I start with? I think I'll start with this end. So start out with the red. Kind of interested to see how this works because it's not folded correctly as far as like it's not lines, so it'll be interesting to see what comes out of it. And I guess that's part of the magic of tie-dye, right? flip it over and do her again. Be cool if this one didn't have like any white showing, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. But we'll saturate it really well. Because like I said, the dyes don't last, so it's not like I don't really have anything else to dye at the moment. Oh shoot, that one's getting a little wild though. Oh god. Maybe don't saturate it that much. One's well saturated. Fully saturated. Peak saturation. Maybe I'm using too much, but can you never use too much? It's probably not a question I want actually answered. And there you have it. So what I'm gonna do is you need to let these sit for like 6 hours. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and I'll come back either tonight or tomorrow and show you the results. Hopefully they'll be neat. I don't know if they will or not. So I'm gonna clean up this mess, try not to get dye everywhere else. And yeah, I'll be back when they've sat and I've washed them out and ran them through the washer and dried them, and we'll see what we end up with. See you in a bit. Okay, so it's a little bit later now, and I have rinsed the shirts, washed them, and we'll see what happened. So for starters, I have the black shirt that I dyed with the bleach. I think it turned out pretty well, and it's dry, and I went ahead and put it on. And then I have the other one that was blue. It's now dry. I don't know if it'll look any different than when I showed you. I think it's pretty cool. So there's that one. Now comes the t-shirts. So I followed the instructions that came with the dye kit, and when I put the dye on the shirts, it looked really bright, vibrant, and I ended up dyeing 4 shirts. I'll explain that in a little bit. And the shirts, 3 of the 4 were actually 100% cotton. I made sure of that. And the one that wasn't, whatever happened, happened. The thing is, I followed the instructions, waited the allotted time, and then I rinsed the shirts and washed them, and they turned out a little bit different than I was expecting. So, yeah. Well, and I ran out of gloves when I was doing the rinsing, so my hands are purpley. Whatever. But yeah, I expected the shirts to be nice and vibrant, and well, let me just show you. So, this is the swirl shirt, and this was the pinks, the blues, and then the greens. And I'm not sure if the dye maybe was old or what happened, but the green did not take at all. Like, where it's green, it's like that tan color. And I don't hate this. I still think it's a pretty neat shirt. It's just not what I was expecting. The colors were super deep, and this is just not that. So if you remember, it was the lighter, or the darker pink, and then the purple. And then I used the light blue. The light blue seemed to work, and the dark blue a little bit, but the green is just not existent. So I'm not sure if there was something wrong with that specific green dye, or all of the dyes in general, but yeah. But once again, you buy things on Amazon. I think it was $10.99 for the dye kit. So I mean, what can you expect? I mean, it's still a neat shirt. It just wasn't quite what I was expecting. It's definitely more muted and paler. The next shirt is the one that I did the rainbow. So I did every single color that was left. I think it ended up being basically every single color but the darker purple. And I expected it to look like a rainbow to some extent. And this is how it ended up. Once again, it's very muted, and it actually looks kind of similar to that other shirt. It's still a neat shirt. It's just very pale and almost pastel color, when they were very vibrant, and that's just not what we ended up with. So it's a nice peachy color. The red turned peach, and I don't even see the brown. I put a lot of brown and that dark blue, and it just didn't show up. So, and there's no green either. Looks like the light blue showed up, a little bit of the orange maybe. But yeah, it just didn't really take. So there's that one. And then next is the shirt that I was most excited for, because I like black and purple, and I actually like tried to do the, if you remember the accordion style folding on it. I was expecting this one to be my favorite, and it's still not a bad shirt, but it's just not quite what I was expecting. So here is the one that I folded with that accordion like fold, and once again, it's still a neat shirt. I'll wear it. I don't mind it. It just wasn't, it's not what I was expecting. The purple is definitely lighter than I was expecting. It's kind of a lavender color. And then the black, it's more of a bluish gray, which, like I said, it's still a neat shirt, and I'll definitely wear it. It's just, I was expecting it to be a little more vibrant. It's definitely muted, and yeah, still really neat, but just not quite what I was expecting. So then the last shirt, I actually had cut the camera at this point and was cleaning up, and I realized that there was a little bit more of like the orange and the yellow, I think the red, and there was still some brown left, and I decided, why don't I just go ahead and put that on a shirt and see what happens. So I did find another white shirt that I had, and I went ahead and used those colors on it. And there was also green in this one, and yeah, so here's the final shirt. And once again, for some reason it actually has some green. I don't know if that was a blue. There's a little bit of purple there. Once again, it's just very muted. Still a neat shirt. In the back has a little bit of that green in it. I'm not sure if you can see it. I don't know if that's from the blue, or I know I put a lot of brown on this too. But yeah, it definitely, and basically I just used this, I poured the colors on it, and then I used this actually to wipe up the excess dye that was around. But yeah, so here's the final shirt. So there's that one, and then there was this one, then the very much not rainbow colored one, and then the swirl one, which this one seemed to take these colors the most. But yeah, so there's that. So all in all, I mean, they don't look bad. They just, it's not exactly how I expected it to turn out. Like I said, I think maybe the dye kit I got, it was cheap. It was like $10.99 on Amazon. It might have been old, or not really sure what happened. Still neat shirts. I'll wear them. But as far as what I was expecting, this is definitely not what I was expecting. I would have preferred them to be the brighter colors, but yeah, these are cool too. I'm not really into like the super pastel-y colors and that, but I mean, it works. It's just really strange that this tan color was the green. I'm not sure what happened. I might have done it, I tried to follow the instructions and do everything it said, but I mean, it could have been something I did, or not sure. Just all in all, didn't turn out how I expected. Didn't turn out bad, just not quite how I expected. So I don't know if I will revisit this. Maybe down the road a ways I'll get a better kit and try it again. Like I said, I'll definitely still wear these. They're kind of neat in their own way. Just wasn't what I was expecting, I guess, to say that for the 10th time. But yeah, so there you have it. I wanted to tie-dye, and I tie-dyed. And we got some unexpected results. I don't hate it. It just isn't quite what I was looking for. So, yeah, there you have it. Thanks for watching, and leave a comment. I don't know, maybe you know of a kit that works better, or maybe know what I did wrong. I'd read the instructions and followed them, but like I said, I hadn't really done this before. But I think there's a few other steps, like with this kit didn't say you needed to prep it in any other way than washing the shirts, which they'd been washed, and yeah, so there you have it. I tie-dyed, and these are the results. But yeah, so thanks for watching. Leave a comment, subscribe, do what all the things, I don't know. And yeah, see you next time. Bye!